Blowin' in the Wind by Bob Dylan, the song that made the world think. In just a few verses, a young Bob Dylan in the 1960s asked questions no one wanted to hear, but everyone needed to ask. Blowin' in the Wind, released in 1963, didn't offer answers, but rather a mirror, the uncomfortable reflection of a society torn by racism, war, and indifference. It wasn't just a song that accompanied a generation, it helped transform it. The birth of an anthem. Bob Dylan wrote the song in 1962 at a café in New York, drawing inspiration from an old African-American spiritual, No More Auction Block. He was just over 20 and already part of the folk music and activist circles. Recorded for his second album, the Freewheelin Bob Dylan, the song quickly became a symbol of peaceful protest. Its verses, phrased as rhetorical questions, "How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man?" felt universal, as if speaking directly to the collective soul of a troubled era. The voice of a turbulent time. In the early 1960s, the United States was going through a defining moment. The civil rights movement was gaining strength, racial tensions were rising, and the Cold War cast a constant shadow. In this atmosphere, Blowin' in the Wind became more than a song, it was a steady whisper amid the political noise, a moral call shaped in a simple melody. Activists like Martin Luther King Jr. embraced it as an unofficial anthem. The version by folk trio Peter, Paul and Mary helped it reach millions, quickly becoming a fixture at marches, protests, and gatherings for peace and equality. Music as conscience. What set Blowin' in the Wind apart wasn't just its message, it was its form. It didn't shout, blame, or polarize. It simply asked. And in that simplicity lay its strength. Dylan didn't provide solutions, but suggested the answers were there, floating in the air, waiting to be claimed. It was one of the first popular songs to show that music could be a tool for social awareness without losing its poetic beauty. A legacy still blowing. Today, more than 60 years later, the song remains relevant. It has been covered by artists like Stevie Wonder, Bruce Springsteen, and Sam Cooke. It's studied in schools and universities as an example of socially engaged art. And it still resurfaces during times of crisis or protest, reminding us that music can challenge, inspire, and accompany us. The U.S. Library of Congress recognized it as a recording, culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. And with good reason. Blowin' in the Wind marked a turning point in how music could be used as a force for change. Bob Dylan never intended to be the voice of a generation, but he was. With just a few simple lines, woven with honesty and a guitar in hand, he helped awaken a collective conscience. Because sometimes, the answers aren't in speeches or treaties, they're out there, blowin' in the wind.